Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started with our celebrity tarot card reading with our celebrity Madonna. Yes, we're going to get into this tarot card reading in just a minute, but first, go ahead, hit subscribe, share, like, and follow if you would, please and thank you. Other than that, we are going to get into this reading about our beautiful Queen of Pop. We're going to find out all about Miss Madonna. So let's find out first a little bit about the birth chart, and then we will get into this tarot card reading. So she is known as the Queen of Pop, okay? And she is an American singer-songwriter, and she's an actress as well. She is 64 years old. She was born August 16th, 1958, and then she was born in Bay City, Michigan at 7:05 a.m. Her full name is Madonna Louise Ciccone, and then her Leo is her sun sign, Virgo is the moon sign, and then her ascending is Virgo also. She's got some earth and fire in there. Birth path is 11 also. So there was some things going on as far as Madonna, people not knowing if she was alive, people didn't know if she had passed, people didn't know if she had gone into a coma or if anything happened to her, but she is still ticking. She's still clicking along here. She is alive, she's breathing, but she's in the hospital, she's under the weather. She did almost take a tumble into the heavens, but lucky for her, she is still with us. I don't know if that's lucky or not. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's get into this reading. So let's find out all that we can about Miss Madonna. I'm going to shuffle these cards here, and then we will find out about our tarot card reading. I just want to know what's going on as far as her currently, and just anything going on in the past that might have anything to do with this, anything that's going on in the future, if this is just something for the vlogs, something for the, you know, the gossip hounds to filter out, and maybe it's not true. Who knows? You never really know. More shuffles here. It's supposed to be a beautiful day out, but I don't think it's going to be. It's not really that great out right now. The weather's gloomy. I kind of feel like this reading is gloomy. I don't know. It's weird energy. There we go again, another one. Searching for something. She was trying to find fulfillment in something. And this could have something to do with love. It could just be emotional, but she was definitely searching for something. It's not as if it was going her way. It was just something that she was doing, and the empowerment would have been behind this search, finding herself on this path, going and pushing herself to something. And it has a lot to do with reflection and self-evaluation. Maybe just trying to find a renewal or a rebirth. Yeah. Because the speed of this, the activity of this, or, you know, her multitasking might have had a large amount to do with why she was under the weather or why she went into the hospital, with the 8 of Fire in reverse, 10 of Earth in reverse also. So this is just her, you know, kind of keeping that security, keeping the tradition alive of what she does, especially what she does for money. She had everybody behind her. She had everything in front of her. I mean, she is secure financially. Prosperity is good. I mean, she is a traditional human being, and she's very spiritual, but this all had to do with making sure that her home was okay, her home life, her heart, making sure that the materials in her life were good. But in a sense, it was just tradition. So as far as her speed or her energy that was going into multitasking and doing a bunch of things at one time, it's just like, this was tradition. This is something that she always did. But it's like, you can't do that when you are 80, okay? And I know she's 67, but come on. You can't be doing that like past 50. You can't be multitasking and trying to, you know, find rebirth and self-evaluate when it's, you know, a time of rest maybe. And this is just her body's way of saying that, you know, especially with the reflection and, you know, searching for some sort of fulfillment and empowerment. This is definitely it's almost like bringing to, instead of like her maneuvering her way through the path that she normally always is on, it's like life was like, no, we're gonna have to switch things up so that you know better next time, because we don't want you to get sick. We want you to not multitask. We want you to rest. It's time for, you know, rest, and finding security in resting, and finding tradition in resting, instead of, you know, going, because she has a lot of love around her. The search for love and, you know, finding some sort of balance on the path, you know, on her way to finding that balance with love and emotion. I mean, it's just like she forgets all of the things that she has sometimes, and she continues to move forward. And it's like, you have so many things going on around you, and it's like you have forgotten the most important thing that's in front of you. And so she just continues that search, that, you know, to fill up that self-evaluating constantly and trying to find rebirth, rebranding. And she is, I'm quite frank when I say this, but she is wildly known to reinvent herself. She's wildly known to, you know, keep coming back with more music and producing more things with her songwriting. So this empowerment is definitely the, you know, the path, the journey. She fuels and feeds off this journey, but it is a tradition to her. But the security in it is not so much. But she is coming to an ending of that tradition, because again, she did end up getting sick. Something did end up, you know, falling out on that. What's she gonna do from here? Yeah, definitely there were some mistakes made, and this drama, or this dramatics, or this chaos, this you know, that the health scare, this was a huge mistake, and it's a huge blow to the ego. So this is feeling like a, you know, an opera or a melodrama. So this is definitely going to slow her down. Conflict is definitely going to slow her down, because, I mean, you have to reassess when you get sick, especially when you get sick like that, because that is something that you can control, because you are the one putting yourself on this path of tradition, but it's like something you keep repeating, yet now it's not working. So she's definitely going to have to reassess. So this is just going to bring a lot of time for, you know, more focus, more details, and putting into her accomplishments. And she will be fragile. There will be a lot of, you know, extravagance and control that goes into this. So finding stability in her materials, or in her physical, or in her health, that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time to focus on every single detail, because every single detail will be most important, especially if it has to do with her physical. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So because of, you know, the mistakes and this dramatic turn of events and this chaotic moment, this feels like a conflict, but this is going to bring nothing but stability her way. So, you know, the accomplishment that she made in the past, all of the things that she's done for herself, that's not going to go away. But the focus here needs to be the health, the physical. So, and by the ending here, there's definitely going to be some place where she's like, am I here? Am I here? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I finding myself to be fulfilled here and whole with family, love, and blessings? And by the ending of this is exactly what she's going to find. Instead of really focusing on the physical, she's going to end up understanding all of the blessings she actually has around her. Okay, and that will come into play when she's trying to take care of herself physically, and she puts all her focus onto that. Just like, almost like law of attraction, it's going to bring in something else, and it's going to be like, wham! Here's all the love and the blessings, and you're going to see it now because you've been so focused on something super important for them and yourself. So what's the final outcome here? Balance, of course. So bringing back things together whole is definitely going to be the likely outcome here. And I feel like this is going to be a huge relief, not only for her, but for everybody. And this moving on feel, or this feeling of hope, this is definitely going to play a part in this. And the stability, the growth, the changes, that's all going to come into play, especially when she learns that she can't totally control everything, and that the only thing that she does have control over is moderating, especially at this most important time, and finding balance in, you know, multitasking versus, you know, my health. Which one do you want to take care of? So I think growth, coming back together, collaborating, coming back together physically is just super important to be recognized here. And that's going to come, and that's going to shed a lot of light on the situation and bring lots and lots of relief. So the emotions are going to be more like, I'm feeling hopeful, I'm feeling like I can move on, and I don't have to solely focus on just being, you know, a pop queen or whatever, and putting all of my, it's just like, I feel like there's just so much concentration put on, you know, a bunch of different outlets. and then she's going to see that when she's really focusing on one outlet, physical, and then all of these blessings are going to come in, and she's really going to find some balance in, you know, in that hope and that moving on and that relief that's going to come into play. So there's going to be a sense of balance, whether or not, you know, she can find that self-control and that restraint. That's completely up to her, because that is in reverse still, but that could be because it's a ways away. So it'll take a little bit, but I feel like that growth, that change, and the recognition here, and the hope, and the moving forward, and the moving onward, these are all great things to add the balance, especially after you've had a physical ailment. So she's gonna have to, you know, learn how to really be inside of herself and deal with, you know, what her body is, because she almost pretends like she, you know, she acts like she's not a 70-year-old or 80-year-old or 90-year-old or 67-year-old. I don't care how old you are. Listen, I'm a 39-year-old and my body knows it. My body's like, yeah, you've lived 39 years. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like you some days, but I have to deal with it. It's my body, okay? So 39 years of living in one body and just trying to fit into the frame of what I used to do when I was young, like that doesn't make any sense. So I really feel like she's gonna be much better when she, you know, has a conversation with her physical, has a conversation with her health, you know, really dives deep and focuses on the main importance here, and that's her health, and not if she's out swinging the booty on the stage. Nobody gives a fuck about that anymore, Madonna. You really need to take care of your heart and your mind and your soul, and your physical, you know, that'll all come into balance. It really will. And that's a thing. That's a thing. Sometimes we forget, you know, what we're here to be doing. And I feel like the reason that she's forgotten is because there's this huge tradition, like I said, of just energetically, physically putting it out there in multi-outlets. And it's like, you don't actually have to do that anymore, Madonna. You're a bad bitch. We know that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Please go ahead, hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot if you would, please and thank you. And I hope that you enjoyed this reading with Madonna, and my love and my prayers go out to Madonna and her beautiful family that are surrounded around her at this moment in time. Other than that, please enjoy the rest of your beautiful Friday, you guys. Bye.